So as we continued in Romans chapter 1, today we're covering verses 21 through 23. And we're talking about unbelievers and what unbelievers know and what they choose to do. Remember yesterday we said they're without excuse. They know they're sinful. Now today we cover that they know God. They know who He is. They know His person, yet they choose to ignore that, and they want God like they want Him. They want a made-up God. They want a God like yesterday will excuse their sin. Well, today they exchange the immortal God for images that look like man, that look like beast, that don't have any feeling, any thought, any smell, any sight, any taste. They want God made up like themselves. Now, we don't have so much worship of idols today, but what we have is our made up version of God on the part of unbelievers. They want God to be like they want Him to be. Here's the result of that. A couple of things. First of all, Psalm 53:1, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. So they've chosen to say, no, there's not that God. It's a very foolish thing. And the Bible says that because of this, their thinking became futile and their heart became darkened. Now keep in mind, from the heart proceed all of the issues of life. From the heart are where our actions come from. So if the heart is darkened, well, then the actions are going to follow and be darkened. The point of all that for you and I is, this is what we face when we try to win unbelievers to Christ. We face people who have chosen to live a more darkened life. We have chosen a way that is their own. They've arrogantly said, I don't want God the way He really is. I want God the way I want God. So as we try to win people, keep that in mind. Secondly, there might be a need of presentation on our part to this is who God really is. God is a God of wrath. God is a God of judgment. Yes, He's a God of love who provided a great way for us. But God has expectations. And God expects us to be holy. That's why our problem exists. That's why Christ had to die on the cross. So we have to bridge that gap kindly and gently. And then I want to point this out too. We need to be in prayer. Because John 6:44 says, no one can come to Christ except the Father draws them. And the book of Acts is replete with this saying. It says, God opened their heart so they could believe. Our prayer should be, Lord, open their heart. Open their heart and give me opportunity to be able to show them your great gospel. We can witness all we want to, but if the heart's not open ahead of time, we're not going to see any results. God opens the hearts and allows people to be able to see the gospel that saves their soul. We face people who have chosen to go their own way. Our job is to try to persuade them back to the saving knowledge of Christ. We do that by presenting God as who He is and by praying that God will open their hearts. Want to read the whole devotional? Go to the link at the bottom of the page and we'll see you tomorrow.